Hello everyone and welcome back to the San Antonio Spurs rebuild. Last time we left you, we were doing all our wheeling and dealing, and we are here now to try and finish out the end of this year. We don't have too much left February into April. Probably just going to be a lot of simming, honestly. Alright guys, let's take a look at the all-star teams that have been drafted. Jokic, LeBron, James Harden, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum as starters. Durant, Curry, Embiid, Towns, Trae Young as starters. And then the reserves. You see them there. Unfortunately, nobody from our team. No DeJounte Murray. Alright guys, future Sarge here. At the risk of this video being incredibly too long for anybody to sit through, over 30 minutes. I tried to keep this thing as low as I could. I had 3 hours of footage. I had to really chop it down. I decided that the best way to get a condensed idea of how our season ended would just be to show you guys the wins we ended up on and show you the top performers and who did what and who actually contributed at the end to make this not as bad as it could have been. But it was pretty bad, let's be honest. We squeak out a win there against the Heat. We get another win here against the Raptors. They're all close games, too. That's the thing. We're really not blowing anybody out of the water until, super late. So we got to figure out a way to get us into a form that shows that we can win close games, beat contenders, and not just beat guys who are on the bottom of the barrel like us. And you guys didn't need to see me lose a bunch of sim games because we already know we're in the bottom. We're already going to have to be drafting, in the top, 4, 5, whatever, 3, 2, whatever it is. And we got this game against the Bulls. We ended up pulling out a very close win. But when it comes down to it, we ended the year on a 6-game losing streak. And that's just bad. We went on multiple 5+ losing streaks this year. So we're going to get some guys in here. Hopefully they can turn it around. And it's all going to start with how we scout, how we draft. And I'm going to show you guys the entire process of who we were grabbing, who we were looking at. And I'll explain it as it's coming on the screen as well. But this is our last loss right here against the Bulls. Just wasn't good. DeJounte Murray, our only double-digit scorer. And we saw a lot of that at the end of the year. We also had a couple injuries, something to keep note of. A couple guys who are going to be on the team next year, so injuries could be a problem. Devin Vassell pulled lower back muscle. That wasn't good to see. And on top of that, we had this injury come up with Terrence Davis at the end of the year. This was right before we started our big losing streak. He broke his right ankle. So that's 2 huge injuries that we absolutely wish we could have avoided. Now, if we look here, this is where our scouting starts to take some shapes. We're taking a look at some different guys here. Matias Salerno, somebody you're going to see. Kyle Erickson is at the top of the screen there. He's somebody we're going to kind of key in on coming towards the draft day, and you'll see why. I include all the reasons as to why. J.R. McNeil, another good center. Stuart Fleming, I gave him a lot of consideration. Same with Dwight Olson down there. You're going to see his name pop up a little bit as well. I try to give you guys a really good idea of who we ended up scouting, but this is just giving Eldon Stewart all his assignments, sending him out and watching him run with the kids out here. And here's a little breakdown on Helmut Lindemann and Dwayne Olson. These guys I kind of key in on as possible guys to use. But that's pretty much what we were doing, what we were working on. Here's a look at them. And that's pretty much it for me. Now I'm going to kick you back to the live Sarge for the rest of the video. In the shortened season, Nikola Jokic still gets MVP, 16-8 with 5 assists. Rookie of the Year is going to be Cade Cunningham, averaging 12, 3.5, 2.5. Six-man Andre Drummond, 8-6, a steal a game. DPOY Jimmy Butler, 14, 4, 4, 2 steals. Gafford got most improved, 7-4, a block and a half a game. Nate McMillan got Coach of the Year for the Atlanta Hawks. Shout out to Nate. Taylor is going to get the Executive of the Year for the Lakers. And if we advance, we take a look at the All-NBA first team. We got Doncic, Harden, James Williamson, and Jokic. On the other end, Embiid, Sabonis, George, Ball, and Trae Young for second team. Third team is Curry, Simmons, Tatum, Durant, and Davis. All defensive, we got Gobert, Isaac, Butler, Holiday, and Simmons. Lonzo, Chris Paul, Kawhi, LeBron, Miles Turner make second team. All rookie first team, Yurtseven, Sengun, Evan Mobley, Josh Giddey, Cade Cunningham. Second team, we got Scotty Barnes, Jalen Green, Chris Duarte, Jalen Suggs, and Josh Christopher. Round and round it goes. Where will it stop? The Brooklyn Nets take the chip. James Harden, MVP, got 16, 4.5, 8 assists, almost a steal a game, shot 43% from deep. All right, league meetings, let's see. In all 3 games after 3 quarters, the team to reach the highest scoring team's total plus 40 wins. I'm going to reject that. I do love the Elam ending idea here. I am going to have to keep it rejected that the last quarter of the game would just be astronomically. Change the Rising Stars challenge to 13 per team. That's rejected. That's fine. I don't give a hoot about that. The top teams from each conference are seeded in their respective conference based on record. That is rejected. The salary cap increase of 10 million. There we go. Approved. And the trade deadline will stay. You know what? I'm not going to change anything here. I think this is all fine. We have a 1% chance with the Spurs pick at the end. It did end up as a lottery pick, which is awesome. And we have our pick at number 1 being the worst. The Thunder have 2 picks in the top 5. The Knicks have 2 picks. Could end up in the top 10, but here we go. That number 14 ball, move us up, baby. They will not. We have the Spurs at 14. The Blazers also a 6% chance. That is going to be the Rockets pick via Miami. So the Wizards, I think, no, who's that? I forget who it even was. But they move up. The Knicks are at 7. 4th pick, the Blazers, who moved up. Is our pick the Spurs? Oh no. The Blazers again. They keep moving up. The Pistons pick 3rd. The Rockets pick 2. The Blazers just moved up from 8 to 1. Unbelievable. The Portland Trail Blazers end up at number 1 overall. I don't believe it. Here's a look at the full draft. The Bulls pick 15. And as we keep going down, the Grizzlies have a couple of late firsts, 3 of them. So we pick it 4 and we pick it 14. You think there's any shot we can make that Blazers pick happen? I don't think we can. I actually think that Trailblazers pick is held by the step-in rule, and we can't trade that pick. They can't trade that pick, I think. Oh boy. We need a head coach. We need an assistant GM. We signed Stauffer again? Do we get Stauffer on this team too? Kevin Love. Oh, that's not the Kevin Love. As sad as that is, we are now going to offer our head coaching position to Stauffer. I think we're going to offer Daniel Davis this position. Or I'm going to go ahead and try and sign up Reed Madsen for this foreign scout position here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give Alfred Poole a look here. All right, I'm going to actually choose Josh Longstaff as my shot doctor. We're going to give him a 2-year deal. We're going to drop the salary down a ways. All right, we're going to take a look at Connor Baker here for the guard guru position. We have our extra domestic scout in Alfred Poole, and we have our assistant GM, which is super important. All right, and on the second day, our foreign scout has decided to decline us, but we have Connor Baker signing on, we have Longstaff signing on, and we have Stauffer signing on as our head coach for the next 4 years. Okay, so Stauffer took a little more dough than I thought it would. Very limited budget to offer up to people, and awesome to see. All right, now we gotta head to our draft combine. All right, here is our draft combine. Let's take a look. Rob Ford, the quickest sprint. Oh my lord. To be expected. Again, point guards dominate the lane drill as well. Vert, the highest vert is Kyle Erickson, 44 inches. Same with Leslie Cooper. Jeffrey Park getting up there at the center for 7'1". He's getting up. Good to see that out of him. At the bench, we got Brooke Park leading the way with 30. Big 7'2" man. Quinn Keller as well, somebody we've scouted immensely. 29 reps for him, and Dwayne Olson, somebody else we have put the time in to scout. Jared Kemp's somebody who is looking at a top 5-10 projection, I believe. He's got 24 reps, but a big drop off here. 3 men who are very, very strong in the inside game. If we look, this 15-foot standing Seth Miles leads the way, 24 or 25. Same with Kirk Paul. We go to the moving middies, Seth Miles and J.D. Campbell lead the way there. Kyle Erickson also coming in at 22 each, along with that super high vertical that he's sporting. He also kills it in the three-pointers. Let's see how he really did. The college three-pointers, Cooper leads the way, 21. Same with Carl Higgins. The moving college threes, we got Lindyman, Ross, and Humphreys all at the top with 19. Standing three-pointer NBA, Rob Ford actually tops the charts at 19. A couple guys here at 18, including Kyle Erickson, who is a 3-and-D guard. He can get inside, he can hit the three, can play make, plays good defense, good athlete. He's projected middle draft, and that's where we sit. We sit right there in the spot that he could be ready to jump out of the gym for us. His ceiling is Alec Burks, his floor is Kerry Kittles. Might be liking Kyle Erickson if we can move on up to number 1 overall. And he also led the way on moving three-pointers as well. Let me take a look at his three-point rating. 86, very solid. Giovinco Salvaderi, somebody who is projected quite high in this draft, hops his way in on the three-point game. He got 16 and 17. Actually did better on the moving than the standing. Could be fluky. We will probably be bringing him in for a workout, though. Now our pre-draft workouts. Now, Donnell Felder, my boy, how are we going to get you here? I don't know. I truly don't. I don't know how. So there's Jared Kemp. We'll give him a look. I would prefer not to stash my first-round pick. So we're going to go ahead and go with Nick Ross, Giovinco Salvaderi. Actually going to take one off of Esteban Martinez. And I just want to bring Felder in for the workout, just so I can make sure it's exactly how good I think it's going to be. So on the sprints, Donnell Felder tied Stuart Fleming. Giovinco Salvaderi is also right there as well. Lane agility, Felder tops the list with Fleming. The vert, he has the highest vert along with Jeffrey Parks. The bench, he obviously isn't the best there, but that's fine. Standing mid-range, he ties Ross as the best. Moving mid-range, Salvaderi, actually better. Standing college 3, he is the best. Moving college 3, he is the best. But in both instances, Costa right there with him. The standing NBA 3, he hits 21 of them. The moving, he hits 21 of them. Just as a show you that I can't do this. So it's gonna have to come down to if they will trade the actual player of Donnell Felder to me. Teams are not allowed to trade consecutive first-round picks in seasons. The Blazers are on the clock. It's Donnell Felder, so. And they picked Donnell Felder from Marquette. So now, we're not going to be able to, we can, okay. No offers were found for the selected player. He comes in at 82 overall, not the 85 we thought it was. His inside scoring is not as good as we thought it was either. His playmaking, a little worse as well. But everything else, he's got B+ potential, but he's certainly going to be a damn good player for a long time. Felder had 30 a game at Marquette. Okay, here we go. Jared Kemp goes 2 overall from North Carolina to Houston. That's a solid pick. Can't really get mad at it. The Pistons on the clock at 3. They take Irvin Rogers, who we were looking at. Not a bad pick at all, but I mean, they have so many big guys. Not great. Jeffrey Parks. What's going on with you, big dog? He can finish inside. He's going to be a starter. He's got A+ athleticism. He's coming in at 75 overall with a 7'5" wingspan. He's an athlete. He's a finisher. He could be the pick. Giovinco Salvaderi, also a guy who we've looked at extensively. We know what he's bringing to the table. He can hit the 3 ball. He can do a lot. He can do a lot. He's got a bigger wingspan as well than what was previously measured. He's got a lot of good stuff here for pulling up in transition. He's got good stuff in the paint, the ability to finish. He's got the all-star potential. Seems like a ball player. I'm actually going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do this trade with the Knicks to get us Terrence Ross and a second. Terrence Ross, 1-year deal. He's taken $10 million off the cap, and the fact is he can play off the bench, get us some buckets when we need him. I don't need this Buddy Hield contract. I need a man who can score inside, and I know Terrence Ross can get inside and do his thing. They got a trade exception because of that trade. I'm making this pick with a sound mind, and I think the right choice. I think we're going to take Jeffrey Parks. And we'll handle the rest in free agency. Jeffrey Parks is our first pick for the San Antonio Spurs. The man's an athlete. What can we say? And I'll tell you, somebody I really liked in this spot, somebody we saw do really well for us in all of our setups, our combines, our whatever. Some dude whose attention caught me. This man caught my eye. He really did. Kyle Erickson has caught my eye. We had a private workout with him. He did great. He's got good defense. He's got a good three ball. He's got good athleticism. And he's going to be an NBA player. We are going to draft Kyle Erickson with our second lottery pick. And again, we took two guys here who were in the top for vertical at the combine. The Boston Celtics get Gordon Hayward and a second for their first round pick that's going to go to Charlotte. Charlotte is on the clock. They have given up Gordon Hayward to move up and take Reed Sessions from Kansas. And they just said Miles Bridges is a free agent. That could be something. We have another trade to announce here. The 17th pick goes to the Hornets as well for PJ Washington in a second. What are the Hornets building? They take Bobby Samuels from Syracuse at center. 7'9" wingspan. What is going on with the Hornets? I guess they were sick of getting bullied for rebounds. The Grizzlies now on the clock. We have another trade to announce here in the late first. The Lakers pick the Raptors for Vernon Carey Jr. and Justice Winslow. And the Hornets come in and take Yuri Posnov from Russia. What are the Hornets doing? The Hornets are all over the place right now. Conrad Davis from Indiana State goes. We could probably use a small forward of sorts. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to make a play. I looked at Helmut Lindemann and, you know, we looked at him and I don't really know what we're going to get from him if we take him. But something tells me there's something about this guy. The guy's name is Helmut. It just makes me think, you know? It just makes me think that he's the pick. You know what? I'm going to take him. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. You know what? Jackie Samuels is 23, Matias Salerno's 20. That's literally going to be the difference for me. And that's tough because maybe there is a way we can actually sign Jackie Samuels if he doesn't get picked. But we're going to take Ian Baku and hopefully be able to sign Jackie in free agency or something like that. All right, so quick recap. I don't even know if there were any real surprise picks except for this Hornets stuff. What were the Hornets on? They took Seth Miles. They then had Reed Sessions traded up for Bobby Samuels. And on top of that, traded up to stash Posnov. Really crazy what they were on. Got a lot of cap holds. We don't have as much cap room as I thought we would. I'm going to at least sign Lind just because. Team player options. So they want us to sign Frank Jackson. I don't get that. I'm declining him. I'll keep Bates Diop, and I'm going to keep Metsu as well. I like what he brought to the team. Here's everybody who declined their options. Kyrie, James Harden, Bradley Beal, Bobby Portis all declined their player options. Josh Hart is declined from his 2-year team option. Pat Connaughton declines his player option. Hal Horford declines his for qualifying offers. We are going to offer the qualifier to Joe Weiskamp. No, we're not. Okay, league moratorium. Time to see what we're working with. We got $6 million in cap. What can we do? We got one space to fill. We got $6 million in cap. Zach LaVine is unrestricted as well. I know I can't sign him. I know there's no shot. All right, we offered a big contract to Zach LaVine. We want to make a difference, that'll be a difference. That's a difference-making sort of contract right there. All right, we offer stuff to Pat Connaughton and our friend Zach LaVine. So in the midst of all this, crazy as it may seem, we have landed Zach LaVine. Oh my God. You want a game changer? You want to get better? This right here. I'm seeing a deal here I didn't think I would come across. Kevin Porter Jr. for Terrence Ross. And now here's the thing. If we sign Zach LaVine, LaVine can play the 3. I don't know if we need Terrence Ross on this roster anymore. And Kevin Porter, young, a baller, certified bucket, we're shedding salary. Let's go. So let's just be clear here on who's signed where. James Harden has signed with the Nets for 4 years. Kyrie Irving has signed with the Wizards for 4 years. Zach LaVine's coming to San Antonio for 3 years. DeAndre Ayton back with the Suns for 5. Portis back to the Bucks for 4. Hornets keep Bridges for 4. Bamba 4. Plumlee to the Bulls. Walgren to the Heat. I don't know if he got drafted there or not. Here's the deal though. That trade we made for Ross cleared us some cap room. Here's the deal. Here's what we're going to do. I like this. I like this a lot. We're going to sign Andre Drummond. And this could be a good deal for us. I like this deal. I like this a lot. We have Andre Drummond. This is phenomenal. Here's what we're going to do. We now have Andre Drummond coming off a 6th Man of the Year award. Jakob Poeltl is no longer needed. He is so expendable, it's scary. All right, guys, here's the trade we are going to do. Now that Jakob Poeltl is expendable, we are going to expand him to the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to get back Jalen McDaniels, and we are going to get back a 2nd-round pick. Jalen McDaniels has team options for the next 2 years, so we can lock him down if we like what we're seeing. We signed Andre Drummond. We're going to have our center of the future in Jeffrey Parks. Jakob Poeltl is now the odd man out. G-Pop wanted him out last year. Now he's going to get to watch Stauffer have him out this year. Let's run it. We are in moratorium still with a lot of cap room to work with. We have made some deals that I think are going to benefit us in the right way. So let's get another guy in here who's going to be a glue guy. It's a very friendly contract. I like it a lot. Let's go 3 years, Pat Connaughton. We would love to have him on this team. I think he fits what we need perfectly. So now we can sign Pat Connaughton, lock him in. So this free agency, we have gone ahead and we have gotten Zach LaVine, we have gotten Pat Connaughton, we have gotten Andre Drummond. Look at the difference a year makes, huh? We have Zach LaVine to pair with DeJounte Murray. We have Andre Drummond to battle down low along with Keldon Johnson. We have Pat Connaughton to run small forward. We have Kevin Porter Jr. on the bench with Devin Vassell, Chris Duarte, Terrence Davis, Jalen McDaniels. We don't even have space for everybody on this team, and that is a problem. And we have to address it right now. Now, this is the exact trade I would love to see. And I can't believe Charlotte is out here doing this again. But they wouldn't give me a first to go with Poeltl. But with Bates Diop, they say have a first and take a second as well. I don't get what the logic is for this, but they've traded everybody. I don't know what their actual plan here is, but Kenta Bates-Diop is going to be the man, unfortunately, who is an odd man out, and he is going to go to Charlotte for this trade package. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's the deal we're going to do with Memphis. It's going to be Tre Jones in exchange for a first and a second. Tre Jones just ended up being the odd man out here, and when we need to clear some room, just for the roster purposes, it's going to be Tre Jones. So, Tre Jones, thank you. God bless. Appreciate you. Bradley Beal has signed with the New Orleans Pelicans on a 1-year, $9 million deal. What a team they've formed. All right, here's a look at player progressions coming up. The new year has brought us DeJounte Murray up 2 points. His defense has gotten better along with his playmaking. You love to see it. Zach LaVine has become a better inside scorer, mid-range scorer, and playmaker as well. Keldon Johnson has gone up 2 points. A's all over the offense. Inside defense is a B-. Perimeter is a B. His IQ has gone up as well. Andre Drummond, nothing really doing except perimeter D went up a little along with playmaking. Kevin Porter Jr., the biggest jump we see so far, has gone up 3 points into the 80 range, B- inside, C mid, 3-pointers and A-. Now went up a whole point. Unbelievable. Perimeter defense is a B+, playmaking is an A. Rebounding, physicals, IQ all go up for him as well. Pat Connaughton, nothing really moving but perimeter defense, but we're just happy to have him here. Chris Duarte goes up to a B and an A- at the 3-ball, goes to a B on the perimeter defense as well. Rebounding up a little, physicals up a little, and IQ up some more. Nice to see that from him. Devin Vassell goes up to a D inside and an A on perimeter defense. And I think he may have gotten some more badges here as well. Him along with Chris Duarte. I don't think Chris Duarte had 14 when this whole thing started, so good on him. Kevin Porter has 25. Unbelievable. Terrence Davis, no moving, but he gets a mid-range up to a B-. His physicals go down to a D+ though. That's not great. Jalen McDaniels goes up on inside and mid-range along with perimeter D. Very nice to see. Metu goes up inside and IQ. Primo goes up 3 points as well. Our 19-year-old waiting in the wings to a D, B+, A-. Everything has gone up a little bit for him. Fantastic to see. Our rookie Jeffrey Parks, nothing for the rookies, and our stash spot all the way over in where is it? Romania? Yeah, Romania. He has gotten his physicals up to an A, which is good to see from him. We're going to be monitoring him as this year goes on. I'm excited to see that. Sacramento has the All-Star game. Let's go. That's fine. Auto-generate rookies. 2K Hoop Summit. Let's learn about some of these kids that we're going to see coming up. I can sim the whole game because it doesn't really matter. We have no stake in this. We have Leslie McLeod. Big on the inside game. North Carolina. This could be a good player right here, Leslie McLeod. And now we advance to the next season with the new look, San Antonio Spurs. So looking here, the #1 pick next year is Leslie McLeod, who we kind of keyed in on, and I said, hey, that looks like they could be a player at the next level. So Leslie McLeod is projected #1 overall across every board. All right, so it only makes sense now that we have Jeffrey Parks on the same team as Andre Drummond. We have the mentors. Let's get some of these Hall of Fame badges off of Andre and get them working onto our young stunner Jeffrey Parks here. We'll go with, what else we got? We'll get Brick Wall on him for the screens. We'll get Worm on him. Oh no, we can only do 3. Okay. Andre Drummond is going to mentor Jeffrey Parks on those 3 badges. That's fantastic. And it's going to be Zach LaVine with Kyle Erickson. All right, we're going to hit him with some of the stuff that'll really help early and some things I would like to get him working on because he's not really going to be playing in games right away, so it'll be perfect to see him there. So, guys, that is going to do it. I hope you've enjoyed everything we've been through on this episode. This is a super long episode. I know that, and I apologize. But, guys, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to next season. We will be hopping in and playing our first game next year against the Philadelphia 76ers. Hopefully you can walk away with it. Please drop a like, please drop a sub, drop a comment. Let us know what you think and if you're excited for this second year with the San Antonio Spurs, because I sure know I am. But until next time, I will catch you all in the next one. Have a great one.